my name is Syafhira Rosanti. I'm from C class. My number is 44.
Hello, I am Farida Rahma. You can call me Ida. I am from C class. My number 42.
Hello, I'm Vina Muzdalifah from C class number 37.
Hello, I'm Vika Septari. My number is 36. I'm from C class.
Okay, we will tell you about history and mystery about zero number. Zero number or natural number is a number with location both of positive number and negative number. 100 years ago or 1,000 years ago, we just know 9 number. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And at 7 Masehi, Brahma Gupta is mathematician introduced a characteristic zero number like we know. And Brahma Gupta said that a number decided by zero is a constant. And after that, the theory was completed by Bhaskara. He said a number decided by zero number is infinity number. And more explanation about zero number, I will stick a video on the middle of this video.
The study of zero numbers. From ancient times until now always caused confusion for students and even the user community. Why? It's not the zero number that represents something that does not exist. It is zero. Who is not confused? Every time a zero appears in mathematics, there is always a strange idea. Like the idea that if something is multiplied by zero, it becomes nothing. Could it be that 5 multiplied 0 is gone? These ideas make people frustrated. Is it zero magician? Another rule about zero that is also mysterious is that a number if divided by 0 is not defined. That is, any number that cannot be defined by 0. Sophisticated computer will be suddenly, however, if suddenly met with zeros. The computer is indeed ordered to stop thinking if it meets the zero division.
Numbers are arranged in a hierarchy according to one triangle. The starting point is 0, then 1, 2, and so on. Larger numbers on the right and larger numbers on the left. The further to the right, the greater the number. Based on the degree of hierarchy and hierarchy and numbers. One can walk from point 0 continuously to a larger number to the right and will arrive at an infinite number. However, it might also be that person at point 0 returned. Is the word really wrong? Is it possible? Did Columbus say that if the world continued to return to zero? Another, if someone comes out from 0, he might not get to the number 4 without passing through number 1, 2, and 3. But what is even stranger is the question that someone might be able to do from the 0 point. Obviously not, because isn't 0 point something that doesn't exist? Stranger and hard to believe.
Zero, but nucleus. Numbers not only consist of integers, but there are also decimal numbers, among others from 0.1, 0.01, 0.001, and so on. As large as we can call it such a small size. Because it is so small, it can no longer be called or infinite, and in the end it's considered zero. However, this idea turned out to be confusing because if the infinity of small number is considered zero, then the zero means the small number. In fact, zero represents something that doesn't exist. Get it? So based on the concept of decimal and continuous numbers, the line number that we use turned out to be that simple because between two numbers there is always third number. If someone jumps from number 1 to number 2, but on condition that they have to jump first to the closest decimal number, can they? What is the nearest decimal number before getting to number 2? Would it be half? However, we cannot jump to the number half because there are still smaller numbers, which are the quarters. So there are always numbers that are closer. 0.1, there are 0.01, 0.001, 0.0001, and so on. So that in the end, the number closest to number 1 is a number so small that it is considered to zero. Because the closest number is zero, in other hand, does not exist that you can never jump to the number 1 and number 2.
Is it possible to get something from nothing? This is the story of a very important number, but a number that wasn't always a number. In fact, it was much less than a number until relatively recently. This is the story of zero, and it's a story that takes a tortuous and meandering route through 1,500 years of human history. Today, we enjoy zero in all its glory, where it takes on two roles. The first is as a placeholder within our positional number system. Zero notes an absence of a value and allows us to create huge numbers without the need to create new digits. So we know 30 is larger than 3 and 300 is larger than 30 and 3. The second use of zero is as a number in its own right, the middleman, if you like, between positive and negative 1, and enjoying nearly all the same benefits as other numbers. We can subtract, add, multiply by zero, but dividing by zero just doesn't work. For example, you can't divide one chicken by no chickens. You might suggest the answer is infinity, but it's not, because infinity isn't really a number, it's a concept. Mathematics developed from a very practical desire to count things, such as the passage of days or the quantities of chickens you owned. To manage this, ancient civilizations developed rudimentary number systems. For example, the Babylonians used two symbols in different arrangements to create unique numbers 1 to 60. The ancient Greeks and the Mayans also developed their own number systems, and all of these civilizations are thought to have created their own rough concepts of zero as a placeholder. But it wasn't until the Indians began developing their own number system that zero would be defined explicitly. Their early number system would also evolve into the one that we use today, initially with 9 number symbols and then a small dot used to mark the absence of a number. In the 7th century, mathematician Brahma Gupta developed terms for zero in addition, subtraction and division, although he struggled a bit with the latter, as would academics for hundreds of years to come. As the mathematics of India matured, it found its way eastwards to China and westwards, influencing the Islamic and Arabic cultures where it was instrumental in trade. But zero found resistance in Europe, as the Hindu-Arabic system was opposed by the Roman Empire's established numeral system. However, by the 13th century, academics such as Italian mathematician Fibonacci were championing the new number system in their work, helping zero to gain a solid foothold across Europe. Over the next 400 years, as mathematics evolved from practical applications to ever more abstracted functions, zero would form the cornerstone of calculus. Calculus allowed anyone to break dynamic systems down into smaller and smaller units approaching zero, but cunningly avoided the trap of having to divide by zero. Zero had now become a celebrated tool in the mathematical arsenal, and as the binary numerical system formed the foundation for modern computer programming, zero once again stepped into the limelight to prove its worth. And so it seems, after all this time, it was finally possible to get something from nothing.
So that is the history and the mystery of zero that we still use today. Can you understand it? Are you getting confused too? Or instead you can solve one of this mystery of zero? Thank you.